Every few decades, air power changes forever. The F-22 Raptor set the bar for fifth-generation stealth. The F-35 redefined networked operations. Now the F-47 aims to break the mold entirely. More than a fighter, it's a concept, a system, and perhaps a revolution in the skies. Today we dive deep into the F-47, the U.S. sixth-generation fighter, what it could look like, how it might fight, and why it matters to the future of warfare. What does sixth generation even mean? The term sixth generation fighter is not a single checklist, it's a vision. Military analysts suggest it goes beyond stealth and speed into new territory. On full multi-domain sensor fusion, manned-unmanned teaming, and directed energy weapons, and active cycle engines. And perhaps most importantly, an aircraft designed to be a node in a digital war network rather than a standalone machine. For the F-47, these traits are not optional add-ons, they form its DNA. From 5th gen to 6th gen, the evolution. Think back to the leap from the F-15 Eagle to the F-22 Raptor. Speed and agility gave way to stealth and information dominance. The F-35 then pushed things further, advanced sensors, electronic warfare, and unparalleled network integration. But adversaries have not stood still. China fields the J-20 Mighty Dragon. Russia touts the Su-57 and Su-75. Even mid-tier powers now deploy dense air defenses and long-range missiles. The F-47 is America's attempt to leap once again, staying 2 steps ahead of adversaries before parity sets in. Design philosophy and key capabilities. Concept art and leaks suggest a sleek, tailless, Delta-like airframe. But the true design philosophy isn't about looks. It's about adaptability and stealth shaping. Optimized against both high-frequency radars and low-band detection. Open mission architecture. Modules and software upgrades swapped in without redesigning the jet. And multi-role by default, strike, ISR, electronic attack, all in one platform. Unresilient by design. Instead of single-point stealth, survivability through redundancy, electronic deception, and hardened data links. In short, the F-47 isn't built just to survive, it's built to evolve. Powerplant and performance, adaptive engines. At the heart of sixth-generation fighters lies propulsion. The F-47 may use an adaptive cycle engine, a system that dynamically shifts between high-thrust and high-efficiency modes. Imagine a jet that sprints like an interceptor, then cruises like a bomber, without trade-offs. These engines also generate enormous electrical power, enough to feed advanced sensors, electronic warfare, and even directed energy weapons. Think laser self-defense against incoming missiles or high-powered microwave systems to disable enemy radars. If realized, this propulsion leap will define the F-47 just as much as stealth defined the F-22. Human-machine teaming and autonomy. One of the boldest promises is human-machine teaming. In the cockpit, AI co-pilots could manage data flows, countermeasures, or even fly the aircraft in emergencies. This frees human pilots to make strategic decisions, not micromanage systems. Beyond the cockpit, the F-47 may control loyal wingman drones. These unmanned escorts can scout, jam, strike, or absorb enemy fire, extending the survivability of the manned aircraft. And in certain missions, the F-47 itself could fly unmanned. High-risk strike deep inside contested airspace? Send it without a pilot. That flexibility makes the aircraft less a fighter and more a command hub with wings. Sensors and electronic warfare dominance. The battlefield of the future is an electromagnetic jungle. Whoever owns the spectrum wins. The F-47 would fuse data from radars, infrared search and track, electronic support measures, satellites, and allied platforms, all into one seamless picture. Instead of flying blind, a pilot sees the battle space as a unified digital map. Electronic warfare becomes both shield and sword, and deception jamming to make enemies chase ghosts, offensive electronic attacks to blind radars, and cyber-resilient comms to keep networks alive under fire. It's not stealth alone that keeps the F-47 alive. It's the ability to bend the information environment. Weapons, from missiles to directed energy. F-47's weapons philosophy is modular. Internal bays preserve stealth for contested airspace. External hardpoints or potted modules expand payload when stealth isn't required. But the real frontier lies in new weapons, on long-range networked missiles cued by allied platforms, on hypersonic strike options, on swarming drones launched from internal bays, when in potentially directed energy for point defense. In this model, the F-47 isn't just a trigger puller, it's a conductor, orchestrating distributed firepower across a theater. Survivability, more than stealth. Stealth is vital, but in the age of proliferated sensors, stealth alone isn't enough. The F-47's survivability lies in resilience and dynamic signature management, on in electronic decoys, on in hardened systems that keep fighting after damage. And integration with standoff assets. The goal is force survival. Even if one aircraft is compromised, the larger network keeps the mission alive. Logistics and affordability challenges. Fifth-generation jets, like the F-22 and F-35, proved both game-changing and expensive. Sustainment costs remain a headache. The F-47 can't afford to repeat history. By using open systems, modular upgrades, and distributed manufacturing, the jet aims to stay affordable, or at least manageable, over decades. Success will depend not only on engineering brilliance, but on whether the Air Force can avoid spiraling sustainment traps. Global strategic implications. If fielded at scale, the F-47 would alter global power balances. Adversaries may counter within a more advanced integrated air defenses, on low-frequency radars, on hypersonic interceptors, or rival sixth-generation projects like Europe's FCAs and the UK's Tempest. The race for the 6th generation is already underway. Whoever masters autonomy, networks, and resilience first will shape the skies of the mid-21st century. Ethical and political questions. Autonomy brings not only power, but dilemmas. How much decision-making can we delegate to AI? How do rules of engagement adapt when unmanned jets may launch lethal strikes? The debate around the F-47 isn't just technical, it's legal, political, and deeply human. Every advance forces societies to reconsider the balance between capability and control. Timeline and what to watch. Don't expect the F-47 tomorrow. Watch for demonstrators, test flights, and early systems integration in the 2030s. Each milestone, from AI co-pilots to drone wingmen, will signal whether 6th generation is becoming reality or just staying on paper. The F-47 represents a vision of air combat where machines think, networks fight, and resilience wins wars. Whether it becomes America's next great fighter or just a stepping stone, it offers us a glimpse into the battles of tomorrow. What do you think? Should the US bet on autonomy or double down on human pilots? Share your thoughts below, like this video, and subscribe to Jetgine for more deep dives into the future of military aviation.